Hello friends. So today I thought I would show you a different technique that you can do. You see, my face is kind of crazy right now. So what I did is I went ahead and added on my Seint makeup already. My eyebrows are done, my mascara's on, I have my contour and my main highlight. I will be adding my blush in a few minutes, but I just wanted to show you a different way that you can do it. Dot all over your main highlight where you want it, and then you can go ahead and do your contour. Now we're going to do some blending, okay? So it's not going to look like this. I'm also going to do my eyes today. And I was going to do a live, but I decided because of the rainy day that we're having, I wasn't sure if the connection would be very good. So I'm doing a video instead. Okay, so here we go. And I'm going for a natural look. All right, so I've got my buff brush, which I really like. And actually, I hadn't been using this for a while, and I started using it again. And I forgot how much I really liked it. So what I want to do first is I want to go ahead and I want to blend all my main highlight. Ooh, what's this? Oh, it's my hair. Okay, all my main highlight. I'm going to kind of buff it in like you would, like a mineral powder. You know the one I'm talking about. Okay, and I'm going to bring it down and around my nose. So how is everybody today? Please let me know in the comments where you're watching from and what kind of weather you guys having today. You know, I have to say, and I think I said this once before, I'm very pleased with the weather that we're having here in upstate New York. I live in upstate, not too far upstate. I'm closer to the Pennsylvania border, but we've had hardly any snow. We did have one snowstorm, but we're used to a lot of snow, and not so much. I'm sure it's coming. Okay, so do you see how I blended that all in? Now, I had to be careful around my eyebrows because I already went ahead and I set my eyebrows with my contour color, but I kind of blended that in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my smaller end and I'm just going to pounce, I say pounce, tap, and I'm going to pull up my contour. Now I'm going to leave a little bit of deeper contour because I wasn't born with the high cheekbones, as I've said before, right? So I'm going to give myself a little bit more contour than maybe you would like. But remember, with this kind of makeup, it's always buildable, all right? Always buildable. All right, so I'm going to clip this hair back here so that you can see this side. And I'm just pushing it up with a pounce or a tapping motion. Okay, see that? Now I'm going to go up on my forehead, and I only do this not because I have a high forehead. Contouring a high forehead gives the illusion that it's not so high. But for me, I like just a little bit of color about my hairline. And then I went ahead and I put some contour underneath my jawline, because as we age, Miss Gravity likes to pull it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the small end of my brush, my buff brush, and I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to push along that jawline so it gives a little bit of illusion that my jowls aren't down too far. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to brush it in to blend it because we want no demarcation. Okay, I'm going to go to this other side, pull it up, blend it, and then pull it down. And if you want, and which I do sometimes, is I will take a little bit of my main highlight. All right, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work it into the neck area to kind of give it some color. Also, too, we have a great universal bronzer that works really well that sometimes I use during the summer months, too. Okay, so there we go for that. Now, let's go with our cheek color. I think I'm going to go with, I believe it's Mandarin that I'm going to go with. And I'm going to brush off my small side. And we also have brush cleaner that you can use too. But I find if you just take this and you brush it off it doesn't transfer onto your blush. So I'm going to go ahead and use this color. These are my 3 favorite colors, but I think I'm going to go ahead and use this color today. Let's see. And so I just tap it in. I got a little bit of color there. And now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to place it right in here. I'm not going to place it down here. I don't need anything drawing my cheeks down. So I'm just going to tap it right in here, right where I can feel my cheekbone. Okay, same thing over on this side. It's almost like I'm almost into the contour, but not covering the contour. I want to stay away from my eyes. And I don't know why, but I put a little bit on my chin, and I don't know why I do that. It's something I've done all my life. And there. And there's your color. Now, if I wanted it to be more pronounced, I would maybe use this color, Sangria, I think it is. I'm not positive. I should know, shouldn't I? Let me look. Yeah, Sangria. That's another one. I like that for lip color too. But I would maybe put a little bit on top of that, okay, if I wanted a little bit more pop. Sometimes I use our illuminator, but today I'm not going to. So there we go. This is done. All done. Okay? It took me probably, if I wasn't talking, it probably would take me no more than 5 minutes to do the whole face. All right, so now what I'd like to do is I want to show you guys something. Something actually I kind of discovered, and I don't know if it's just my hopeful thinking or not, but I don't know if you notice these little lines right here. Well, I tried this the other day, and I'm going to go with our Demi color. I've talked a little bit about Demi. I use it in the trough area here a little bit anymore. Sometimes I use our the second highlight, but I'm really trying to stay away from these crow's feet. I'm noticing a little bit. So but I want to show you, I'm going to use, let me do my eyes first. All right, so I'm going to go with a very natural look. My eyelid, the skin is very thin, especially as we get older. Sometimes you can use, if you want, you can actually use this as your color, and there are certain contours that you can place with the natural color of your eyelid and use this as an eyeshadow. Who would have thunk that, right? But today what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Y01, and I'm going to kind of get rid of, or I should say filter over these veins. Can you see that? Okay, let's try that and let's see what happens. So I'm going to use my my spot brush. This end I use for inside the little dark areas, but I'm going to use the more fluffy end, and I'm going to just circle it a little bit on my brush. I hope that's not too much. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to use my hand mirror, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get up close and personable, okay? And I'm going to go right here, and I'm just going to tap that in on top of my skin. I did this yesterday when my son had surgery 2 weeks ago on his wrist, and so I took him back up to Syracuse for his follow-up because he was afraid, in case something happened as he was driving, he wouldn't have had full control. So, but I did this. I did this look because I wasn't really going to go anyplace, and there we go. And so I thought, I'm going to give this a try. I saw somebody else do it, and I thought, now you wouldn't want to put any eyeshadow over the top of that. And then I'm going to just take my finger and warm that up a little bit, and kind of, it is a lot more concentrated than our Seint cream, That's why you need very little. Maybe I used too much, but I don't know if you can see the difference. I think I can see a little difference. Okay, so now let's do the other eye because we don't want to go with one filtered eye and one not. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to use a little less because with these Demi colors, you need so little that I tell my customers that if they decide to go Demi with their eyes, with dark eye circles and all that, and blemishes and age spots, I tell them that they can probably count on their Demi lasting at least a year, if not more. More so that they might dry out. I don't know. Mine have not dried out, and I've had them for quite a while. So there we go. Very simple. Now, what I am going to do next is I'm going to go down into right in here, all right? And I'm going to use my spot brush again, and I'm going to use the small end, and I'm going to use 03, which is across from blue, all right? And watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to add this right, very little, right in there, right in that dark area. What I like about this is that when you use Demi, it doesn't lay in your creases or your fine lines. Now see how that took that, filtered that right out, all right? I am definitely blessed not having dark circles. So I'm just gonna leave it right there. Now I did try this and I don't know, maybe it won't work this time, but I took a little R01, a little bit of R01, and I went right, see, I don't even have any real bags. So you could take R01 and go right around here and brighten it up. And then use your fluffy end. Now I did wipe off my fluffy end. And you could brighten that up. And you even use your finger to warm it up. And that does brighten it up a little bit. Now, I did discover, and I don't know if it really worked out in the real world, but when I put it on, it looked pretty good when I was looking in the mirror. So I took my R01 and I thought, well, let's try this. You see those expression lines? No, I don't get Botox. I only did that once, and I had a bad kind of reaction, and so I don't do that. I do wear frownies, though. If you want to know what that is, ask me in the comments, and I'll let you know. Okay, so I don't know how this is going to work because, let me say this, because I put on my Seint cream, and yesterday I had no face makeup on, except for blush and my Demi. So I'm not sure how this is going to work, but what I did is I went right in that crease, just like that. And I thought, at least I thought, by doing that, it almost like filled it in. I don't know. What do you think? Did it work? Did it not work? Let me know. Maybe a little bit. All right. So, oh, I just lost my lipstick brush. I'll be right back. I'm coming. Okay. All right. Something's always got to happen when you're doing a video, right? All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the other eye. Let me do the other eye because we don't want to be unmatched. Okay, here we go. I really like using, now I don't know if you can see this little bit of a purple. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm going to try to use my Y01. And let's see if we can filter that out. You always want to use Demi on the darkest area, so you're not putting it all over. What do you think? All right, let's use the other to brighten. I hope you guys can see this. I just kind of put it in the, they call it a trough area. I had a little bit of, and then I'm going to use the fluff brush to kind of move it around a little bit. Pat it. We want to be very careful in that area, and that will just brighten it up. There you go. And I'm done. So let me go ahead and put a little bit of lipstick on. And, oh, let me do this. I didn't do this with my brows because I wanted to put on the Demi first. I'm going to carve out my brows. This is with my second highlight, which is a little bit lighter. And then I just kind of warm it up and press it in. I don't know if you can see. It's not a real large difference because I just don't like the, like the white. Some girls put white up there. I probably did in my younger days, so there's that. All right, let's do some lipstick. Let's do some lipstick. I'm gonna go with a mandarin. Here we go. Put it here. I already outlined my lips. And then I'm going to take my perfector sponge and I'm just going to press it all in. And sometimes I contour my nose, but I didn't do that today. I thought, why? All right. And then I'm going to take this end and just tap it just a little bit. And there you go. So, and I'm done. Yes, it took a little bit longer, but trust me, if you aren't talking and you're just working on the makeup, you can have this makeup done within 5 minutes. I've done it before, but I like to talk to you guys. So if you're interested, DM me. And remember, aging is a fact, but looking your age, it doesn't have to be. You guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you soon.